Well, hey, Northwoods, my name is Trey Cooper, and I am one of the worship pastors on staff. And this last weekend, Pastor John shared something that I would love just to talk to you guys a little bit about. His point was that parents, not the government, are responsible for teaching a biblical worldview. And I feel like that doesn't just apply to parents, but also just all of us as leaders too. In our sphere of influence, it's important to know that we all have a role that we get to play. And when we do that, we are getting the opportunity to lead people closer to the Lord with every decision that we make. And lately, I've just felt as if God has really just been imparting on me the importance of what does it mean to lead with integrity and what does it mean to lead others. You know, one leader once said that in everything we do, it's all leadership. We're always leading people closer towards the goal or further away. And as a church, our goal is obviously that we'd be leading others closer to Christ with every decision that we have. And lately, on a personal level, I'd like to share just a quick story that kind of illustrates what we're talking about here. For those of you that know me, you probably know that I'm kind of a spontaneous person. I don't always think things out. I kind of just let life happen and fly by the seat of my pants. And this was no exception to the story of when I decided to sign up for a half marathon. I hadn't thought about it. I had not started training for it. I just decided, well, that sounds like fun. And probably because of all the training involved, when I asked who would want to do it with me, no one volunteered. Can you believe it? Well, again, I think they probably realized that in order to run a half marathon, there's two things that has to happen. One, you have to run an entire half marathon. And then two, you have to train for it too. And again, it was kind of a spur in the moment. And because I didn't plan very well, it was just me every day out there training. And some weeks were really, really great. And other weeks were not so great. I remember one in particular where I had a 12-mile run that I had to do on Saturday. And I just decided, you know, I don't think I really need to run these couple extra times in the week before. And that plan worked great for about 50 feet of the 12-mile run. And then I realized I made a terrible mistake. And even that points me back to realizing that I was already realizing that my lack of integrity in my planning and my practicing and my training was already showing itself in the race that I was getting to run at large. Now, don't get me wrong. There were other days too where I did all the runs that I was supposed to in the week leading up to my long one on Saturday. But it all came back to, again, what does it look like and how are we walking with integrity throughout the week? And especially as a new parent, I've been trying just to be really conscious of what does it look like as I'm leading with integrity in my home, you know, because even at 10 months old, he's already catching every little thing that I do. And as Pastor John reminded us from this last weekend, it's not only my job, it's not only our jobs to walk with integrity, but it's also our jobs to shape our children's worldview from the Bible. And this is just as much caught as it is taught. If I come back to the training for the half marathon for a second, the training was not always fun. If I can be completely honest with you, almost every morning when I woke up and my alarm went off, I would much rather sleep in, continue to watch TV, and have a slow morning. But when I crossed that finish line, I can tell you that I realized that all of it was worth it. All the training, all the hard times, all the hours of running and running and running, every step was worth it. And I think that we have the unique opportunity as parents, as leaders, and our friends, and our schools, all these places to continue to walk with integrity and continue to lead others towards Christ. And it doesn't matter how you've done in the past. As Pastor Kyle's told us before, as long as you have a pulse, you have a purpose, and God's not done with you yet. So regardless of whether this has been something you've been incredible at or not even that great at, we have the fresh opportunity today to lead in that area. You know, in Hebrews 12, it says, "Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out before us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith. For the joy set before him, he endured the cross, scorning its shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. Consider him who endured such opposition from sinners, so that you will not grow weary and lose heart." I have to tell you, I've had such a great time in this series with Pastor John, speaking into the things that, quite honestly, it could be a little bit uncomfortable. The areas that the church would probably much rather just stay silent on. Everybody have their own separate opinions. But it's been so encouraging getting to hear firsthand what does it mean to take a biblical worldview and a biblical approach as we form our opinions on such important matters. And I really hope that you'll take the time this weekend to come and join us here at Northwoods, online or at any of our campuses. If you see me, come say hello. I'd love to say hi. Have a great week, and we'll see you then.